The Thanksgiving dinner was supposed to be a happy night. The house was full of laughter, warm food, and family memories. Everyone sat around the table, smiling and talking like nothing was wrong. At the center of the room was Linda, a mother who always told people she had sacrificed everything for her family. She smiled proudly. She believed nobody would ever discover the truth. But across the table, her son Daniel sat quietly. For years, Daniel had trusted his mother more than anyone in the world. She was the person who raised him, protected him, and told him that family always comes first. But now, after 14 years of lies, he finally knew the truth. Hidden inside a small folder, beside him were documents that could change everything. Bank records, messages, proof of a secret life. A life his mother had built using his name. It all started when Daniel was only a teenager. His mother began asking for small favors. She said she needed help paying bills. She said life was difficult. She promised everything would be okay. Daniel never questioned her. She was his mother. How could he doubt her? But over time, strange things started happening. Money disappeared. Important papers went missing. His mother became nervous whenever he asked questions. Then one day, Daniel discovered something that broke his heart. His name had been used for years to support his mother's hidden relationship with another man. The person he trusted most had been living a double life. Daniel wanted to confront her immediately, but he stopped himself. He knew anger would not reveal the truth, so he stayed silent. He collected every piece of evidence. He waited for the right moment, and that moment was Thanksgiving night. As everyone finished their dinner, Linda raised her glass and talked about how important honesty and family were. Daniel looked around the table. Everyone believed her. Everyone except him. Then he slowly stood up. The room became quiet. He placed a folder on the table and said, "Before this night ends, everyone deserves to know what really happened for the last 14 years. After Daniel revealed that he had something important to share, everyone at the Thanksgiving table looked confused. His mother, Linda, smiled nervously. She tried to laugh it off. She told everyone that Daniel was probably upset about something small and that he was making a big mistake. But Daniel did not react. For the first time in years, he was not afraid of disappointing his mother. He looked at the people around the table and began telling the story that nobody knew. 14 years earlier, Linda was struggling after a difficult period in her life. She told Daniel that she needed his help to survive. She said she had bills to pay and nowhere else to turn. Daniel wanted to be the good son, so he helped her. At first, it was small things. He signed papers she gave him. He allowed her to use his account for certain payments. He trusted every word she said. But what Daniel did not know was that those small favors were becoming part of a much bigger secret. Behind closed doors, Linda was sending money to another person. She was paying for a life that nobody in the family knew existed. Whenever Daniel asked about strange charges or missing money, Linda always had an answer. She said he was overthinking. She said he should trust his own mother. And Daniel believed her. For years, he protected her. He defended her when relatives questioned her choices. He ignored the warning signs because he wanted to believe his mother was honest. But everything changed when he found an old message hidden on a forgotten device. The message revealed a relationship that had lasted for years. A relationship that was paid for with money connected to his own name. The truth hurt more than the betrayal itself. Daniel realized that his mother had not just lied to him. She had used his love and trust as a shield. Now, sitting at that Thanksgiving table, he was finally ready to remove that shield forever. The room became completely silent after Daniel finished explaining the first part of the story. Nobody touched their food. Nobody smiled anymore. Everyone looked at Linda, waiting for an answer. But Linda remained calm. She believed she could still control the situation. She had done it for 14 years. She looked at Daniel and said that he was confused. She told everyone that he had misunderstood innocent situations and that he was trying to hurt his own family. For years, those words would have worked. Daniel would have stayed quiet. He would have apologized. But not this time. This time, he came prepared. Daniel slowly opened the folder he had placed on the table. The first paper was a bank record. It showed money leaving accounts connected to his name. The second document showed payments made over many years. Then came the messages, private conversations between Linda and the man she had hidden from everyone. The family members started reading the evidence one by one. The smiles disappeared from their faces. The excuses became harder to believe. Linda quickly tried to explain. She said the money was complicated. She said the messages did not mean what everyone thought. But every new piece of proof made her words weaker. Daniel watched quietly. He was not enjoying her pain. He was not trying to destroy her. He simply wanted the truth to finally be seen. The hardest moment came when Daniel showed the document that proved his name had been used without his full knowledge. The entire table froze. His relatives looked shocked. They finally understood that Daniel was not attacking his mother. He was protecting himself from years of manipulation. Linda looked around the room and realized something terrifying. For the first time in 14 years, nobody was believing her story. Her biggest secret was no longer hers to hide. And the Thanksgiving dinner she planned to remember as a celebration became a night when every lie started falling apart. Linda sat quietly as the room changed around her. A few hours earlier, she was the person everyone respected. She was a mother who always talked about family, sacrifice, and love. Now, everyone was looking at her with questions in their eyes. She tried to take control of the conversation. She told the family that Daniel was angry and that he was trying to punish her. She said he was only showing old information without understanding the full story. But Daniel was ready for that. He knew she would try to turn the blame toward him. So he placed one final piece of evidence on the table. It was a document that connected everything together. The hidden payments, the secret messages, the use of his name. All of it. The family members slowly realized that this was not one mistake. It was a choice Linda had made again and again for many years. Daniel's aunt looked at Linda and asked a simple question. Why did you let him carry the burden of your secret? Linda had no answer. For the first time, her confidence disappeared. The person she had always controlled was now standing in front of everyone with the truth. Daniel remembered all the times he felt guilty for questioning her. All the times he thought he was a bad son for asking simple questions. But now he understood. The problem was never his doubts. The problem was the lies. The Thanksgiving table that once represented family and love became the place where hidden pain finally came into the open. Some family members were angry. Some were disappointed. Some could not believe they had trusted the wrong person for so long. Daniel looked at his mother one last time. He was hurt, but he was calm. He did not want revenge. He wanted freedom from a secret he never created. And that night, everyone learned the same lesson. A lie can survive for years, but the truth only needs one moment to appear. After the Thanksgiving dinner ended, nobody left the house the same way they arrived. The laughter was gone. The happy conversations were replaced by silence. Everyone was trying to understand how one person could hide such a big secret for so many years. Linda stayed in the living room, hoping she could still fix everything. She walked from one person to another, trying to explain herself. She said she made mistakes because she was afraid. She said she only wanted a better life. She said Daniel should have helped her instead of exposing her. But this time, nobody accepted her excuses. For years, Daniel had carried the weight of her choices. He had protected her reputation. He had hidden his own pain. He had stayed quiet because he believed the family should stand together. But Linda used that love against him. Daniel finally told her how much those years had affected him. He explained how he felt every time she asked for help while hiding the truth. He explained how painful it was to discover that the person who taught him about honesty was the person who broke that rule. Linda became emotional. She expected anger. She expected a fight. But Daniel's calm words hurt more than any argument, because he was no longer the child who needed her approval. He was an adult who finally understood his own value. The family also started seeing things differently. They realized Daniel was not trying to destroy Linda. He was trying to stop living inside a lie. The consequences of Linda's actions began appearing. The trust she spent years building disappeared in one night. The person she used to protect her secret became the person who revealed it. As Daniel left the house that evening, he felt something he had not felt in years. Peace. He knew the truth had caused pain, but hiding it had caused even more. For the first time in 14 years, Daniel was no longer carrying someone else's secret. He was finally free. Weeks passed after Thanksgiving night. That changed everything. The family slowly started putting the pieces back together. Some relationships became stronger because they were built on honesty. Others ended because they were built on lies. For Daniel, life felt different. For many years, he believed protecting his mother's image was his responsibility. He thought being a good son meant staying silent, even when he was hurting. But now he understood something important. Love does not mean accepting someone's lies. Trust does not mean ignoring the truth. Daniel started focusing on his own future. He stopped looking back at the years he lost and started thinking about the years he still had ahead. The hardest part was accepting that the person who hurt him was his own mother. A stranger could have betrayed him, and it would have been easier to understand. But Linda was the person who taught him his first lessons about life. That was why the betrayal hurt so deeply. Months later, Linda tried to contact Daniel. She wanted another chance. She wanted him to forgive her. Daniel listened, but he was no longer the same person who once accepted every excuse. He told her forgiveness was possible, but trust had to be earned again. Words were not enough. Actions would decide the future. For the first time, Linda understood that she could not simply explain away 14 years of choices. She had to face them. Daniel looked back at the Thanksgiving dinner and remembered the moment he placed the folder on the table. He thought that night would destroy his family. Instead, it revealed the truth that had been hidden for too long. The secret that controlled his life was finally gone. Daniel did not win because his mother lost. He won because he finally chose himself. 14 years of lies ended with one simple truth, and that truth gave him the freedom to begin again. vidIQ,